I'm just basically, I've got this on record the whole time. And what
Yeah.
I've asked you to do, Jeff, if you try and look at, it doesn't matter if you look at Ronnie, he'll be asking
I'll
lots of
move,
questions.
I'll move
But
over
generally,
a bit, but
try and look at the camera, but kind of at me. And when you see me doing like that, just means, yeah, we're happy.
Yeah.
Because we generally will not, we don't want it so like you're saying, yeah, I'm Jeff, and I go, oh, yeah, in the background.
so we'll be silent, but that doesn't mean that we're not going.
Can you pull that face for the camera?
Far away.
Okay. So hi, I'm Jeff Fitness from Sealco Limited. We're a nationwide membrane supplier and supply waterproofing membranes for both commercial and residential properties throughout the country, and that's based on membranes manufactured in either America or Europe. So very high quality membranes and at an affordable price. We've been involved with the super home movement for around about 6 to 7 years now, and really enjoy working with the team at the Super Home Movement because we're all of like minds of improving the quality of the builds around New Zealand and changing mindsets over the I guess the minimum level of builds to become a higher standard. So our membranes are designed predominantly, and where they're used is predominantly where you cannot get a higher roof pitch available. So the membranes are designed to go down on low pitched roofs where minimum heights or gutters and so forth are required because your build won't fit in the height, or if it's a specific shape or something that you need to make out of a waterproofing roof that you cannot achieve with say for example like a corrugated iron or metal roof system. Predominantly used in architectural builds where there are specific shapes that the membrane can be moulded and formed to meet those shapes and to create an effective waterproofing barrier for the build. So where we fit in with the Super Home Movement is predominantly with our warm roof systems. Our warm roofs are a higher R value per thickness with using the polyiso insulation or PIR insulation and our membrane systems. The warm roof comes with lots of benefits as the insulation is kept on the outside of the building. As I say, it's a higher insulation rating per the thickness, so you can reduce depth and height where you can. And of course, combined with our membrane systems, become a complete waterproofing insulated system. Both savings on the upfront costs can be in the design, simplistic designs, reducing the cost of the insulation inside by putting it outside. Some of the substrates we can design using steel substrates rather than expensive plywood timbers and framing costs. And then of course with the added bonus of the long-term benefits is the insulation creates a better envelope, a better insulation envelope for your build, which also reduces your heat loss or heat build-up in opposite directions. So the warm roof system works, or the warm seal through Sealco works in both ways. It helps reduce your heat loss from inside your building and helps reduce your heat build-up from outside, for example, extreme summertime weathers. We're starting to see a lot more commercial builds getting their warm roofs designed into it, and that's simply to reduce your air conditioning costs. No, it's not really something that people think about. The membranes are normally something that's more functional rather than aesthetic. And that's because the roofs are quite low pitch, so you don't see them from the street. Somebody just wants something that's going to work, and you know they won't generally understand to ask for a specific product unless unless they have a little bit of information about membranes. Something that we've worked hard on with our factories in America and in Europe is to provide a product that is safe, and that's probably one of the most important things is safety and keeping the water out of your building, and by doing so, you want a membrane that's belts and braces. It's going to work, and at the same time as working in the architectural side of things is where membranes can be seen, is people also want an aesthetic membrane as well, and that comes down to even colours. We're offering ranges of colours now for say our EcoTough TPO membranes, and our Flame Seal torch-on membranes as well, offering certain colour ranges that people can match in with their cladding or their roofing and so on, other systems, or their flashings and so on. So usually people don't tend to ask for a specific membrane. They'll go on the guidelines of what the architect recommends, and from there the architect will generally come to someone like myself as a technical a professional in membranes. And the advantage with working with Sealco is that we actually have the full range of membranes available to us, so we can give you an honest answer over all the different product ranges as to what's going to work best for your build and for your requirements of your finished product. So the EcoTough is actually named EcoTough simply for that, for the environmental side of things. In America, EcoTough, where it's manufactured, it's made from a lot of recycled products, and it's actually made from a lot of the recycled product of itself. So in America, you can actually return the offcuts and everything back to the factory. They will reconstitute it and it goes back into the finished product. Same thing as Flame Seal. Flame Seal is a bitumen product that's actually been recycled and reused in their factories as well. Yeah, so we're working with the Green Building Council, and internationally our products meet the green building requirements throughout the world. As well as in New Zealand, we work with the Living Building Challenge, and that involves ensuring that our products are meet the environmental aspect of the build, including the carbon footprint, the recycling content, the ability to reduce other costs, for example, warm roofs, reducing air conditioning costs, and so on and so forth. Also, another important factor is the chemicals that go into the products meet the Red List free as well, which means that the chemicals that go into the product aren't nasty and going to leach out into our water systems and so on and so forth. So Sealco also offers a range of green roof options through our membrane systems and our components that make up a full green roof system. And I can certainly say you'll be very surprised at the competitive nature and pricing of a green roof these days. So don't be shy about wanting a green roof. You can certainly ask for a green roof from Sealco. And the green roof benefits is your insulation, your aesthetics, your ability to reduce the water flow into the council drainage, and also the green space environmental factor that you're adding a green space into your build. We've had anything from grasses, small shrubs and that sort of thing, right through to actually trees being grown on a roof with over 1 metre deep of soil. So yeah, so we've had a full range, and we've done things from residential projects right through to probably one of our earlier ones was a winery down in Central Otago with a full green roof and insulated warm roof on it as well. So base better best through the super home movement is my understanding is looking at the building code and aiming to always be above the building code. It's always difficult with membranes because membrane systems are a functional product predominantly, and then an aesthetic product and benefit product later. So the way we operate under base, better and best is by improving what's already there. So for example, if someone wants or requires or has the need for a membrane roof, we then look at how can we make this better, which often is through our warm seal system, where we're improving the insulation factor and all the benefits of that external insulation to the build as well. And how far base, better, best we go quite often depends on the depth of the insulation. And that also comes in with the design aspects, of which we would work with the designer and the homeowner as to what they want to achieve out of that design, out of that membrane, out of that insulated roof system. Yeah, I think the concept of what Bob's doing in the super home movement is just amazing. It's actually bringing mindset into how can we make these things better, as well as the affordability and design aspects of it, and just making people aware that you don't have to build big, giant, cold, leaky boxes all the time. You can make your design amazing. You can make it affordable, and you can make it for future generations to live in your house is to be less affordable to run, warm, dry, healthy, all those factors, and it's not too scary to do, and that's where the amazing thing of super home movement is. Renovations is something we get involved with a lot. We get asked for how can we make this roof that we've got already better, and quite often it may not be an existing membrane roof, it could be an existing steel roof, and there could be issues with that steel roof. Maybe the pitch is too low, it's damaged, it's leaking, it's just old. We have, particularly with our warm seal system, is we can actually just basically, in most occasions, providing the steel is in a good condition, is go over the existing substrate, and not only steels, we've gone over old concrete structures, old timber structures, plywood, sarking, everything like that with our warm seal system. And what that gives you is actually you're re-insulating the roof or adding value of insulation to the roof, and then on top of that, and you're putting the membrane of choice onto that roof. And generally, the membrane of choice is either our EcoTough TPO or our Flame Seal Torch-On. Both of those membranes will perform equally just as well as each other. And in terms of pricing, aesthetics, and design, is once again we would go down that route with the architect or the homeowner as to what they want as a finished product. It's very simple to do, and it creates a lot of benefits and a lot of cost savings for your renovation. With waterproofing membrane systems, it's important to be working with someone you trust, and someone who knows their stuff. And we've been doing this a long time as Sealco, and we pride ourselves in knowing what we're doing and having an amazing backup through our factory and our network of manufacturers. And we also pride ourselves in being able to offer the right product for the right system in the right environment. It is it's probably through the association. It's very small. We get, but we do get inquiries. It's definitely not, it's definitely a two-way street. We try and work in with the super home movement to help provide guidance and advice, but also on the reverse side of that is we do get the odd inquiry to work with the designer to have our products put into the plans. Sealco is a family-owned business, and we pride ourselves in offering high-quality products at a competitive price, and that's because we don't have the corporate structure overhead that other companies have, and that it gives us the ability to be flexible, work on the competitive nature of the pricing, but also to be more approachable in regards to working with our installer network and our applicator and our architectural network, providing a solution that is both practical and price competitive to the homeowner. With our super renos, we can offer a system where we don't have to remove the existing roof. So that means you're not exposing your property to the elements, raining or anything like that during the renovation process. And it's a much safer system where we can just essentially just go straight over your existing roof structure and create a new roof, insulated, watertight, and cost effective. It is hard. It definitely is hard to say. I say it's kind of a boring product to sell, but it's so functional. It's necessary to have all the features and benefits of being watertight, and that is the primarily functional aspect of waterproofing membranes, and ours, we like I say, we pride ourselves in working with the best manufacturers so that we can provide the best product that is going into probably the most harshest environment in the world, where we're working with extreme heat and extreme cold in New Zealand. So yeah, we're pretty proud to be 20 years with our EcoTough membrane, and it's still going strong. It's a very, very good membrane, extremely good. I think that some of the features of the membranes, like being weldable, large sheets, and a huge, massive UV resistance on our TPO membranes, on our EcoTough, and of course our Torch-Ons having a mineral chip for UV resistance, is a real benefit for the New Zealand environment. Our products are used anywhere from underground tanking through to decks, trafficable decks, or decks with a timber or tile over the top, or our roofing. Our tanking membranes are designed to keep the water out of basements, retaining walls, underground car parks, wine cellars, and so on. It's a very secure way of keeping the underside of your property dry